Hey, Soul Tribe. It is that time to do an energy update. I'm doing this on my phone through Zoom recording. Thank goodness for that. Hopefully there will be no technical issues. Okay, so I have a quick message from our spirit team, our collective spirit team. And they said we have to put our fear, impatience away. We have to put our fear and impatience away. It is feeding the dark. Keep focusing on the light and give it to the world. Short and sweet. Okay. So I want to mention something before we get into. I got a couple of things to go through. People were inquiring about a couple of different things, so I'm going to give the short version answers. But I want to let you know. So if you saw my previous video, we asked Spirit if information would be coming out on the between the 5th and the 8th. So I'm going to ask that question again with the pendulum, and then I'm going to say what I have to say about time frames. Time frames are touchy. All right. Spirit team only, please. Is new information... Let me start over. Is new information concerning election fraud in the United States going to come out between the 5th of December and the 8th of December? And there you have it. Clear, please. Now, we haven't seen any of that. Don't despair. This is where our impatience is coming in. We're not seeing anything. This is where trust and faith have to come in. And believe me, I battle with it. You're not the only one. But I can't just dismiss what my spirit team tells me, what other people's spirit teams are telling them, what other tarot readers are saying. I can't dismiss it. I refuse to believe that that man is going to be the president. I've been told otherwise. So have you, and so have other people. And that should be all the proof that I need. But I'm still a human being, and I do get discouraged and impatient. I am one of the most impatient people on the planet. So I get it. But we have to keep the faith. Allow ourselves to feel that impatience and that worry and that fear for a minute. And then think back on all the other people that we've come into contact with one way or another who believe exactly what we believe. So we can't put time frames on stuff. And we never asked. We never asked. Are we going to see? Because we're not going to see right now. And I got another message, and some of us don't want to hear it. Not me. I'm okay with it now because I've been hearing it. But it's all about presentation, folks. So intuitively, I know when to say something and when not to. Counting the votes isn't going to do anything. Were you going to count votes they threw out, votes they burned? I voted in person. You can't check that. I've already looked into it. You can't check that. The only votes you can check if they were counted are your mail-in votes. Not going to happen. It's down to the meat and potatoes right now with the data. They're looking into the data. And President Biden is getting help from other countries because they actually care about their own country, because they know whatever happens here affects them. So, anywho, can't put time frames on things. And also, I was told, because, first of all, because people have free will. And they're going to do things at their own pace, not our pace. They make their own choices. I already said that. So yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of layers to this. There's a lot of stuff going on, wheels turning. There's a lot of wheels and cogs turning. There's a lot of decisions being made. There's a lot of we need to do this right. I keep hearing that we need to do this right. We need to do this right. We can't mess it up. We have to be diligent is the word. They have to be diligent. Okay. And number three, I had to write down. I had to write down numbers 1, 2, 3. We're on 3. Now the numbers of the things I need to bring out before we get into the meat and potatoes. Okay. I must be hungry. That's the second time I said meat and potatoes. Um, oh yeah. So people were inquiring as to what the dark shadows were that we were seeing, or and some of you may still be seeing, the ones that fly past you real fast. Some of mine were wearing hats, by the way. I forgot to mention that piece of it. Some of mine were wearing hats. It was like out surreal. It was like out of a movie. Oh, the shadow figure wearing a hat. It was ridiculous. Um, so anywho, mine went away the night I made the video and tattled on them and said I'd been seeing them. And since then, the only thing I've had is a literal tug on the bottom of my right pant leg, but that didn't feel malevolent. It it felt like, come on, get to it. Hello, what are you waiting on? That's what that felt like. So I think that a big piece of removing these energies is acknowledging them right out loud and telling them you're not welcome here. I don't want you here. You don't belong here. Go away. Go home. I think that's a big piece of it. And I've got some more pointers on how to get rid of negative energies too, which are common, but we're going to go over them anyway, just in case. Just in case you forgot. All right, what else we have here? So somebody wanted me to explain these dark energies. Okay, I can't really give you a definitive explanation. You know, I did Google this to see if I could bring what I know here out into words. Um, I'll give you an example, an experience of mine. When one of my parents hated me, they hated me. There was jealousy, there was envy, um, and I'm not going to expound on that. And you know, out of respect, I'm not going to say which parent, but it was one of my parents. And I was supposed to move to North Carolina so my daughter could be closer to her father. And this blob of black. And if you can imagine this, it would hide in the closet sometimes. And the closet was dark. There was no light in the closet. You had to turn on the ceiling light to see in the closet. It was blacker than that dark closet. Okay. And one day I was sitting in the chair and I started feeling anxious and I started feeling severely depressed and I just got all these super negative emotions and this thing told me, not verbally, but in my head, it said, you're not going anywhere. That's not going to happen for you. You don't deserve that. So I took it to a psychic friend of mine and she did a little energy work on me and she came out with, she says, you're under psychic attack. And I said, okay. And she says, the person's name starts with an L. One of my parents' names started with an L. And I knew it. I already knew that, but I didn't want, who wants to accept that one of your parents hates you that bad? And so I'm just giving you a little example of how a person's bad intentions can literally turn into I'm going to say have to use the word condensed negative energy. And some of you might see it and some of you might just feel it. But I saw it with my eyes. And it was very discouraging and very disturbing. And she was right. That person did not want anything good for me. And that, relationship changed over time. But that's just an example. I'll stop there with that. So you might be experiencing that. Bad intentions, taking a condensed form, a condensed energetic form, or I believe that they can take an actual physical form. I've heard people talk about people who aren't people, not demons per se, but they're not people. They're just there's nothing there except for dark energy, dense energy. So for me, that's a thing. But you draw your own conclusions. Let me know what you think. You could use guys. So good at leaving me comments. So we are up to 6,700 subscribers. Woohoo! Look what you guys did. Holy crap. It's a beautiful thing, people. Thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. All right. So if talking to these entities doesn't make them go away, several things. The usual burn sage or Palo Santo wood. Oh my God, it smells so good. And it's excellent for cleansing. Okay. And it's very, very inexpensive. All right. Put selenite in your entryways and all of your windowsills. I actually ordered some. I ordered 2 10-count bundles. So 20 of them I've got coming. You can burn a black and a white candle at the same time while you take a sea salt bath, or you don't have to. And if you don't have a bathtub, you just make a sea salt and water mixture, in warm water, obviously. And before you shower, you stand in the shower and you pour it over your head, and the intention is what really matters here. But you can take a sea salt bath that way. Okay. Oh, and me, I have placed evil eyes all over on every single window. I'm not playing. Every single, even on my computer, right next to the camera lens. Not playing. Hey, all right. So there's a lot of things you can do to protect yourself and to get rid of them. The black and white candle would be really instrumental in removing them if they won't go after you tell them to go away. Number 3. Somebody wanted me to talk about timelines. So I'm going to refer to Daryl Anka, and he channels Bashar, an entity named Bashar, and he said something, and I really resonate with it. And I've heard other readers use this example, and I think I used the example actually last video I made of the train tracks. That's the best example I can give anybody about shifting timelines. It's like you got on another train to go down a different track. And somebody said, well, we shift timelines every time we make a different choice, and that is absolutely true. The thing is, these aren't little trains we're shifting over to. These are big, humongous, like those trains in, is it England, where they go under the sea? Yeah, we're that size. Those are the trains we're getting on right now. We are not messing around. So when we give the planet light, when we change our thoughts from the worry and the fear to the faith and the hope and the trust, we shift timeline. Okay. So short explanations for a few questions, and thank you for those questions. 4. I've got a 4 here. Oh, I wanted to tell you that I have to talk about DT in France. I'm going to get questions. I'm going to answer one for you right now. I got this. This was direct from source, you guys, not spirit. Source. Source said that the president of France, Macron, maybe I pronounced it wrong, please don't correct me, brought Trump and Zelensky together in hopes of deterring Trump from removing aid from the Ukraine. He was looking for a sliver of compassion. He didn't find it, hoping there would be one. Now, and this is from supposedly trusted news sources. I don't really trust, I might trust one or two if I'm lucky, but not the major ones. But they were saying that Trump was trying to talk to Russia, talk to Putin about stopping the war, stopping the attacks on the Ukraine. He didn't mean that. He's so full of crap. He did not mean that. So it came out of his mouth, but that's about as far as it goes. Oh yeah, and source wanted me to tell you that Macron does not like Trump or his tactics. Nauseous. Another, yeah. DT has that effect on people. So I was just putting that out there because I know there's going to be questions, and I think he is. Let's see, is he? Somebody asked, is Trump still? I keep going back and forth between DT and Trump. It's like I don't know. I can't make up my mind. I'm not confused. I just haven't made up my mind yet whether I want to just use his full name and get over it, or what's the worst that can happen? Oh boy. Like I said, I don't mind dying. I just don't want it to hurt. So anywho, is Donald Trump still in France? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. I was watching a quick, only because I put my cursor over it, not even on purpose. I was just looking for information. But they had a video of Macron, I think it was, when he arrived in France, and he was looking around bewildered, like he didn't know what the heck was going on. Again, I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but we're talking about a human being who has not paid a consequence one single time in his life, and this is his consequence. I always had a saying, because I've dealt with people more than once in my life who would get away with all these things, do these awful things, and then they're going on a free trip down to Florida or something, right? And but I noticed something about them way long time ago, that they don't pay consequences immediately, but the consequences they do pay are huge. One person I knew in particular didn't pay a consequence for a thing, ended up going to prison. That's what happens, and it's not about me being happy about it. It's just a fact. It's what I have witnessed. So Donald Trump is getting his consequences because in his lucid moments, he's mad. I wanted to use the P word so bad because it's just so fitting. But he's angry. He knows he's not all there. And there's a sarcastic thing I wanted to say, but I'm gonna be quiet because I'm trying to be better than the people. You know what I mean? Not, oh, I'm hot stuff, but I'm trying to keep my energy levels a little higher than the people that just irritate me. So anyhow, I'll keep that one to myself. But anywho, so there we go. We got a lot of questions here, you guys, and the beautiful part about the Zoom camera is I don't have to stop at 55 minutes. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, I just want to say before I get to it, I do get some questions that have absolutely nothing to do with America, so I probably won't be asking those. And also, most of you guys are really great with this, but if you can ask a yes or a no question for the pendulum, that would be fabulous. Just word it so the pendulum can answer yes or no. Thank you. You guys are freaking awesome. Okay, let's see. Let's ask the pendulum. Oh, welcome to Healing Truth Tarot. Getting comfortable, you can tell. My name is Shelley. All right. Spirit guides only, please. I mean it. Is Putin sick? No. No. I have to say something about him. Somebody asked about him. I can't remember what the question was right now, but in the last video, somebody asked a question about Putin. I'll be in the reincarnation of I can't remember the name. And the answer came out no. But Rasputin. That was it. Thank you, Spirit. I think the answer came out no. But regardless, as soon as I wrote that question on my piece of paper to ask it during that video, Spirit says Napoleon. And here's Shelley's sarcasm for the evening. They both had height envy. They both had height envy. I am told, I didn't do the research, that Putin is not very tall. So that would be kind of fitting if Putin was Napoleon's, a reincarnation of Napoleon. Just saying. Okay, I'll behave now. Let's see. This is a good one. Will the Senate flip to Democratic when Kamala is inaugurated? That's a yes. Thank you, Spirit. All right, bear with me, Spirit. Don't answer before I get it out of my mouth, please. Will members of Congress who cheated to get their seats be held accountable and lose their seats? Yes. I mean, I'm being told not all of them cheated. Okay. Everybody wasn't on that train. You have to understand, a lot of the people involved here aren't even, it's like guilt by association. A lot of them didn't even know what the heck was going on. Now they do, I think. I think they've got wind of it intuitively, maybe, or looking at statistics and figuring things out. Like they just know that something's not right. Okay. Does Nancy Pelosi have her fingers in the next election? Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Should, let us speak of her properly. Should President Harris run for the presidency in 2028? Yes. Clear, please. You know, I forgot for us to ask the usual questions. Okay, here we go. Real quick before I go back to the question. Is Donald Trump going to be inaugurated as the President of the United States in 2025? And nope. Thank you. Is Kamala Harris going to be inaugurated as the President in 2025? Thank you. That's a yes. I think that's it. No, let's ask if is Elon Musk going to get caught for his misbehavior? Yeah. Clear, please. In the last video, we asked if he would get deported, and the answer was yes. I'm sorry. How is someone who's not a citizen of the United States going to be a member of anybody's cabinet? I'm confused. Aren't there laws? I should do some research. But I'm not trying to focus on that person. That's why the questions are short and sweet and to the point with those people. Okay. I think we know the answer to this, but we're going to do it anyway. Will President Biden be in the office until President Harris gets inaugurated? Yes. Thank you, Spirit. I got one here for the cards, so we'll wait on that. Clear, please. Will there be extreme violence when the truth comes out to the public? Yeah, I knew that. Clear, please. Let's ask another question. Will the entire United States be at war with each other? No. Well, that's good. One more question surrounding that. Will it just be in the deep red states, the violence? Will the violence be in the deep red states? Thank you. Clear, please. But we already knew that, but I wanted to make sure that the energy was still the same, you guys. That was a question from like 3 videos ago. Okay. Hold on here, people. Okay. I got a no, but we're going to let the pendulum, I just heard a no. We'll let the pendulum ask this question. Is Trump going to try to run when he goes to Paris? No. And I'm being told it's because he is so narcissistic that he's not going to believe that he is going to be called out on it until he's called out on it. And how's he supposed to showboat in a foreign country? He needs to be here so he can show out. Plain and simple. Thank you, Spirit. Is Trump the reincarnation of Mussolini? You know, and I'm not getting a vibe, or I'm not hearing anything on who he is the reincarnation of. He may not be the reincarnation of anyone except for who he's always been in all his past lives. There's always been. Oh, I got one. Clear, please. Is Trump the reincarnation of Hitler? Yep, that makes sense. Two very insecure human beings with a lot of money and a lot of power. Does Musk owe Putin and Russia? Does he owe them something? No, clear. Does Putin owe Musk something? All right, I have a question. Clear, please. Spirit team only. No, I forgot. Did Elon Musk help alter votes in other countries this year? Yeah, Romania. Hmm. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, Spirit. Ann Seltzer predicted that Kamala Harris would win Iowa. Did she win Iowa? Yes. I think we already asked that, but it's okay. It's okay to ask again because energy is fluid. It's not always the same. It could be different in 10 minutes. Depends on people's choices, right? Will there be another voter count since so many got thrown out? No. Thank you, Spirit. Will Trump's wife and his son tattle on him? Yeah, I told you before. I mean, I got some people, well, she's just as bad as he is. And I don't know that, okay, because I don't really get into her energy like that. But I know what it's like to live with a narcissist, and not making excuses for any of her behaviors, but the way that she is tied into this is that she hasn't tattled on him yet. That's how she's tied into this. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Let me be more specific. Will Baron Trump tattle on his father, Donald Trump? All right. Well, let's try that again. Will Baron Trump tattle on his father, Donald Trump? Yeah, I had my finger on it wrong. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So I think I answered the question about why France wanted Trump at the opening of the Notre Dame. Um, keeping up appearances is one, and the other reason I already gave. Clear, please. I guess Spirit was agreeing with me. Did Trump keep the details of his brother's death quiet because he died from COVID and Trump wanted to downplay the pandemic? Yeah, it's just another manipulation tactic. Don't withhold information is a form of manipulation. See, in my world, unless it's for a good cause, like not hurting somebody's feelings without needing to, withholding information is lying. Now, don't get on me. I said, unless it's going to harm someone. And right now, it is not time for us to know the information that has come out because everything is not in place yet. So, for all intents and purposes, the information is not being withheld from us. They are waiting until the time is right. And we're going to be grateful when that happens because everything is going to spill. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I hear that's a big problem. Um, a lot of readers trying to be withheld from giving out information. Here, please. Will Musk turn on Trump? Okay, yes, and that's the answer I heard when I wrote the question down. But I also heard he will, but not until he realizes he's not going to be able to worm his way out of this. He's not going to just tattle on Trump all willy nilly because he tattles on himself. He's got to be caught and know he's caught for real before he opens his mouth because he's going to share the blame. And I'm like, let's see, none of us, I don't think anybody asked if Musk is going to jail. And if he did, I'm sorry if I forgot. Well, Elon Musk go to jail? Now, you guys moved my hand that time. It's really not necessary. They did too. Shoved it right forward. Will Elon Musk go to jail? Thank you. No, I don't think anybody asked that one. And there you have it. Oh my God. Okay, I had to reword this question because it was just so bold, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate boldness. However, okay, I'm going to ask this as nicely as possible. Does Donald Trump have a venereal disease? No. So if you're watching this and you know what question I'm talking about, there's your answer, sweetie. Holy crap. That was awesome. Ah, okay, I'm going to ask this in either two or three parts. I'm not sure yet. Was the first assassination attempt on Trump fake? No. Clear, please. Were the rest of the assassination attempts fake? Yes. I knew that. I knew that. And I could be wrong, but I don't recall anybody being arrested for those. I could be wrong. And even if they were, They were getting paid some good money. Someone has a very specific question with names. Do any politicians like Kevin McCarthy, Mitch McConnell, Merrick Garland feel bad about doing nothing in regards to the election? Yes, they do. However, the message I got when I wrote that question down was things have to play out. What were they supposed to do? You need proof. You need proof, and you need everybody else on board. The people that matter. You need everybody else on board too. So I get it. And did these people suspect foul play? Yeah. But again, can't just keep accusing people all willy-nilly without proof. Okay, I don't think he's going to, but let's find out what the pendulum says. Spirit team only. Will Trump go to jail for his crimes? No. He never does. Why start now? He's going to worm his way out of it, but you know, I don't really feel like he's going to worm his way out of it. I feel like his health is going to stymie any going to jail things. I really do. He's not going to get pardoned. Spirit just told me he's not going to get pardoned. So if one of you was thinking that, no, he's not going to get pardoned. But the court cases would take so long. Trump's not going to be able to stand trial. He's not going to be mentally competent enough to stand. I don't think he's mentally competent enough now to stand trial. His lawyers are doing all the work for him. His lawyers did all the work for him. Well, he barked orders, but I don't think he's, and it, you know, he's just not. He's not. He's not right. He's not right here. Remember the last video? It is very aggressive, and it is moving. It is progressing very quickly. The cognitive issues. All right, let me see. All right, I'm going to ask this one because it has to do with America. Will China try to take over America in the next 40 years? No. That's good. And the last question, clear, please. Will President Biden live another couple of years? Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, that's all the questions. Let's read on some people. We'll get the bad juju out of the way real quick. I'm being told to use the meaning tarot. I have a new deck of these coming up. Hopefully it's bigger. The picture said it was bigger. It wouldn't give me any dimensions. So we're going to do our best with what we've got to work with. Geez, Shelley, why don't you focus on his energy first? All right. Clear and precise messages regarding where Donald Trump is in his mind or his energy, in his energy. Yeah. Huh. Four of Wands, he's a happy home, happy family. That's what he thinks. That's, again, he knows somewhere in the back of his mind that his butt is grass. But he's like, whatever. No, that's not true. I'm the greatest thing that ever walked the earth. Reminds me of Muhammad Ali saying, I'm the greatest. I think he said I'm the greatest. Well, he kind of was. But it was okay for him to say that. But Trump, delusional. Oh, the Knight of Cups upside down. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me read the bottom of this. The reverse. Manipulative, unreliable, fickle, moody, idle, sensual. I don't think so. Untruthful. We could have left that word right out of there. If you say so, buddy. Thinks he's accomplished something. Betrayal. Thinks he's gotten away with it. And I think this is all the energy he's going to talk about with him right now. He's just oblivious. Consciously oblivious. Well, he's getting a lot of guff from a lot of politicians. As well he should. Learn to take life as it comes, both positive and negative, arguments, inner or outer conflict. And the inner for him would be the cognitive issues, struggle, tension, rivalry, competition. People are giving him guff over his cabinet picks. Every single one of them is a billionaire. I really want to make a video just reaching out to people about what were you thinking? What is wrong with you? That's the kind of video I want to make. I hope you're not in a wheelchair because they're going to tell you to go work. Hope you don't have to use a cane or a walker because they're going to tell you to go work. The Magician upside down. It can't be any better than that. Okay, now remember that first card was his energy. The Four of Wands, thinking everything's hunky-dory. Magician reverse, insecurity, intrepid, weakness of will, illusion, manipulation. You think? Thank you, Spirit. We're going to pick one more. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on him, or we're not even going to bother with Vance right now. Maybe the next one. It's like he dropped off the face of the planet. And I know he didn't. I'm just saying. And for me, energetically, I don't feel much. Page of Cups. Somebody comes to him with a message. Page of Cups. Page of Cups can be emotionally immature, but the Page of Cups can also be someone that brings a needed message that causes an emotion one way or the other. And in this case, it's going to be the words I want. Spirit, help me out here. It's going to bring a tower moment. Thank you, Spirit. The message that Trump gets is going to literally freak him out because he's not paying attention to his intuition. He's not aware of himself as a spiritual being in any way, shape, or form. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Flatterer, selfish, deviation from the path, naive, irrational, daydreaming, immature. That is his energy. Did I say one more? One more. I don't remember if I said one or two. Wheel of Fortune, what goes around comes around. And this is not in his favor. Misfortune, failure, chaos, bad luck, broken sequence, returning again to the same situation. So he's going to have to go home with his tail between his legs. See ya? Wouldn't want to be you. I'm so mean and feisty tonight, you guys. Get me started. All right. I don't really even want to do Musk, but we're going to do Musk. Now, the energy I got over Paris was, and I got my energy before I watched anybody else, by the way, was that Trump didn't want him to go with him. Well, he went anyway because he's, an autonomous person. So he went anyway. And Joe Biden went too. And why do you think Joe stayed home? Because he's got work to do. That's why he stayed home. So Musk went. I don't think he got the attention he thought he was going to. He got attention, but I don't think he got the amount he thought he was going to. So this is his energy right now. He's took on too much. He's done too much. That's a very popular saying around the young people that I birthed. Mom, he does too much. Yep. He did too much. He's carrying too much. I don't think he covered his tracks as well as he thinks he did. You can listen, the truth always comes out. I don't care if it's embedded in code or what. The truth is always going to come out. So he's still whiling away, still working away, honing his skills of being deceptive. And that to me points to messing around in other countries' elections. I want to say something. Syria pulled out of a 50-year war today. They ended a reign of tyranny. I beg your pardon. If Syria could do that, why the heck can't we do it? When are we going to put our foot down? When are we going to start speaking out saying we don't accept this? I mean, we're doing it. When are other people going to do that? Country's been at war for 50 years. Well, good for them. I actually cried when I saw that. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so that's how he feels about himself. Like he's His Majesty, His Royal Highness. And I have a pet name for people who think they're the Royal Highness. But I can't say that either. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. Royal Hiney Butt. There we go. That word for you? Ugh. Chuckling, celebrating with his buds. Oh, I'm so smart. Look what I did. I'm so smart. Because, billions of dollars wasn't enough for me. I had to make more. Great. Somebody give me a break, will you? Oh, the Chariot. Movement. Remember the question a couple videos ago? I think we asked it again tonight, was about him being deported. There you have it. Saw ya. Bye-bye. All right, 3 more cards for this one. You know what? 2 more cards. He gets even less time than Trump does. Knight of Cups. Guess he's going to be, now, Knights complete a task, okay? But they all can also bring messages. Sometimes that's a task. He's going to get a message just like Trump. Trump had the Page of Cups. Musk has the Knight of Cups. And the Knight is a level above the Page. Going to be getting a message. He's not going to like it. Here we go. Now, this isn't him specifically. This is our result when he is taken down. Thank you, Spirit, is taken down. That's our result, not his. That happens for us, not him. Okay, let's pull cards for President Biden. Pull the bunny. Clear and precise messages, please, Spirit. I don't know how these are ending up upside down. I keep going through and switching them back where they belong. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. He's getting somewhere. Seeing the fruits of his labor. He's getting somewhere with his endeavors, with this treachery. Still feels like that about President Harris. Queen of Wands, fiery. Wands are a fire energy, passionate. And he's not just passionate about President Harris. He's passionate about us, about democracy, about freedom. Page of Swords. The message to bring some clarity. The more he needs a little more clarity. He's got a bunch of information. He's getting ready to move forward. He's under advisement. Of course he is. I mean, you wouldn't do this kind of thing by yourself. State the obvious, Shelley. All right, so Page of Cups, under advisement. I don't know if we mentioned Obama. I think we did. President Obama knowing about the situation. Of course he does. And he's only privy to certain amounts of intel because he doesn't have that type of security clearance. But he knows stuff and he is advising, and he would be, the pages are generally young people. So, and he obviously is younger than President Biden. So yeah, he's under advisement by one person, one person that is President Obama. He's under advisement with a lot of people, but President Obama is helping him a great deal. The Devil card. Hanging on to a person, place, or thing. And I want to read this correctly. I don't want to be full of crap, so I want to read this correctly. Clarify the devil for me, Spirit. Oh. That is who Trump is in his eyes. Because we have the Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. Soon, and they come out together. So soon as he takes care of that issue with Trump. Yeah, I'm telling you, I went in and did this. And I don't really do reverse unless the energy called for it. So we'll just keep it like that. The Magician, transforming Spirit's using the word intelligence. And I don't mean smarts intelligence, I mean information. Transforming information into something that he can use against Trump. Because we have the World card here. Again, the end of one thing and the beginning of another. It would be the end of two things. It would be the end of Trump's BS. And it would also be the end of his presidency. But the World is a very positive card. So even though it's the end of his presidency, and not for nothing, he's tired. Okay. I think somebody said that to me, and I absolutely agreed with that. He is tired. But it would be the end of Trump and the end of President Biden's presidency and the beginning of President Harris' presidency. Sorry, I had to look at my clock. Okay. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. So good. All right. Six of Cups is sharing, give and take, nostalgia possibly. Yeah, give and take. A give and take of information, a giving of a presidency and the taking of a presidency. Thank you, Spirit. That's a ticket right there. The giving of a presidency and the taking of a presidency. Him handing his presidency over to President Harris. Six of Pentacles is a balance. It's a balance card. Pentacles doesn't necessarily mean a financial balance, but it more an overall abundant balance. Overall abundance. It'll even us out. Five of Wands. He's still got people arguing with him. Well, you can't do this and you can't do that. Well, not for nothing, he can do whatever he wants. And he's not paying any attention. It's like people, oh, don't rock the boat. And he's like, well, and he's literally saying, but the boat has already been rocked. And I mean to stop the rocking. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords. So he still had some choices to make. Still has some choices to make in regards to maneuvering this information and also in regard to getting it out to the public. Okay. The government doesn't share everything with the public because we would lose our minds if we knew half the stuff that goes on. Things are withheld for a reason, and we should be grateful for that sometimes. So he has the Two of Swords. He has some decisions to make. He knows what the choices are, but he's not quite ready to take that blindfold off yet. And I think a lot of it has to do with telling us. I know I'm repeating myself, but I wanted to make sure that was clear. Knight of Pentacles. Knight's complete a task. And that's him. That's what he's doing. I mean, if a king shows up, that's definitely him. Yeah. So, but that's him. That's the energy he's in, completing a task. Oh, goodness. The stone. Wishes coming true. Faith, trust, hope. Renewal. That's the Aquarius card. So renewal. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. I don't think he feels left out in the cold. I think that it still disturbs him a great deal of what happened, and the people he knows and trusted knew it, had some knowledge of it, and now want to argue with him about it. But I don't feel like he's the one being left out in the cold. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, that's what Spirit was saying about not giving us all the information. We feel like we're being left out in the cold. Well, we're not. It's not time yet. That was beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. That was freaking beautiful. Six of Swords, moving on. Now, in any other tarot deck, there's not a lot of sadness. As much as it's moving on because of new knowledge, because of new information that came through. Moving on. So we're not taking the doomy gloomy aspect of that card today. We're taking it's time to move on. Time to go. It's time to move forward. Four of Wands. Here we go. Happy home, happy family. All right, one more for President Biden. Then we'll do President Harris. I guess we're taking two. Page of Pentacles. An abundance of information. Pages, messengers. An abundance of information coming in. And the Wheel of Fortune. What goes round comes round. Right now, we're not quite at the bottom. We're not down at the bottom yet. I forget which way this camera shows it. We're about here. We can go down here real quick. We're about here. Okay, so once you get to here, you're hopeful, right? You're like, okay, something's working. So we're right here. Us is a collective. We're right here because of the lack of information. We're gonna be okay. Can't always get what you want. All right, President Harris. Mm-hmm. End of a battle. Ten of Swords. End of the battle. It's all done. See, it's coming. Patience. I know it's killing me too. I feel like my head's gonna explode. But patience. Keep feeding that light. Keep giving everybody that light. Just feed it to the world, you guys. And I'm walking the talk, by the way. It's difficult sometimes, but I walk the talk. I have to, otherwise I wouldn't be on here doing this. Six of Pentacles. Fruits of our labor. Balance. The sixes are about balance. Twos are about balance too, but sixes are about balance as well. Sixes are also, 6 and 7 would be you're on the right path. Starting to see the sprouts of your seeds. Still some stuff that isn't known yet. The unknown card. I don't know how many. This is the only deck I've ever heard of with an unknown card, but I'm sure there's other decks. I like it because it's different. This is the energy that President Harris is exuding right now, is temperance, because she's still really up here. Okay, she's still really upset. She's still feeling the. She's still feeling some. Hold on, I'm trying to get the word. Despair. She's still feeling some despair. But it's not about that she didn't win, allegedly. It's about how dare they? It's she's having a hard time. I mean, she knows it's true, and she's such a hard case, and she's very logical, but she still is having a hard time wrapping her brain around someone doing something like that. She's pulling out of it. She's much better than she was the last reading. Page of Pentacles. That's her sitting pretty. Receiving messages. Pages, messages. Pentacles, abundance. Grounding. The Pentacles are a grounded energy. They're an earth energy. So, yeah. And it's coming slow. Earth energy is slow moving. So the information is still coming in slowly. To her, President Biden knows things, but he's still waiting on proof in order to relay those messages to her. He doesn't want to tell her and then it's not true. He's not withholding information. He needs the proof first. Death, rebirth, transformation. Her in office. President Harris in office. Nine of Cups. The wish card. Wishes fulfilled. Uh-huh. Can't make this stuff up, you guys. Nine of Pentacles. Really starting to see the fruits of her labor. I mean, she had got the Six of Pentacles. That's, you know, the give and take. I forgot to mention that about the Six of Pentacles. Give and take. She gives her energy. She gives her energy, and President Biden gives it back to her with information and support. They support each other. She's starting to see the fruits of her labor. She's starting to realize it wasn't for nothing. That running for president was not for nothing. I mean, we know it wasn't for nothing, but she's not quite there yet. She's starting to see it though. Three of Wands. Moving forward with, she's moving forward in the dark with a light that shines on things as she comes to them. You know, like when you're walking down the path and you only have a flashlight and you can only see what's right in front of you, or it's really foggy night and you can only see what's right in front of you when you're driving. That's the image I'm getting. She's just taking it one step at a time. And that's how she felt, left out in the cold. That came up for both her and President Biden. That's how she felt. Still feels a little of it. Something taken from her. That's really what that means. I mean, it does mean feeling left out in the cold, but it's because somebody took something from you. Two of Wands. Choices. I think last video we were talking about how she was trying to make up her mind whether she wanted to pursue going forward with the alleged fraudulence of the election, and whether she wanted to just let it go and move on. Clarify the Two of Wands, please. Yeah, balance. Twos are always about balance. Two of Pentacles, balance. Trying to find a balance. Thank you, Spirit. That's what that was about, that two, balance. Thank you, Spirit. That hero was trying to read something else into it. Balancing her intuition with her intellect. And this is President Harris every single time. Or the Queen of Swords. Queen of Cups. It's the energy she's sitting in. All right, a couple more. Maybe we'll pick a couple oracles. You guys. Seven of Cups. Lots of choices. Lots of choices in how to go about relaying information to other parties, other politicians, and the public. He's part of that. He's part of that. She'll be part of that decision. Okay, what do we have here? Pick one out of our Mystic Journey Oracle. Just the one to end with. And after this, I have to do a weekly use, guys. Wisdom. So that sums it up right there. President Biden, President Harris, using their wisdom. And they both have a lot of it. We can't say that President Biden has more wisdom than President Harris does. I'm just not feeling it. They're so on the same page. Okay, you guys. Whew. It felt good not to have a time constraint with the camera. Well, I hope you got something out of it. Questions? Let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what's going on with you. Again, I still read each and every comment. I'll see you later. I'll see you in the weekly. Okay? Much love and many blessings.